Oh, it's Wimmera football time, and Scotty Stewart, he actually last week was having a bit of a look at some Queensland footy instead of some Warwick Eagles footy. Sunday, and of course up there and seeing him run around. How did that go, Scotty?
Yeah, g'day Wayne, and yeah, that was good last weekend. We got up and up to a bit of sunshine up there. We took the sun with us. Apparently, the Sunshine Coast, they haven't had a lot of sun over the last month or so, and last weekend was a really nice weekend. And yeah, we got up there and watched Dane play a game of footy for Caloundra. Unfortunately, they went down to Cooperoo up there in Brisbane. But yeah, no, it was good to get up there and have a bit of a look and see how he's going and see how his team was faring. So yeah, it was a good weekend.
Good weekend, kick three, and has some pretty good football ahead of him, Dane. Very, very good chip off the old block. Talking about the chip off the old block, forward notice for everybody. There is a game of football going to be played on the June long weekend in Wimmera Football. It is going to be the big matchup, Warwick Eagles taking on Dimboola, but it's 20 years, Scotty, since the big premiership of 2002, and I think you were in that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was in that one, and yeah, we'll be celebrating that over the long weekend with that's victory that's got the one and only premiership, yeah, for the Warwick Eagles in senior football. So yeah, 20 years, and that'll be a big weekend. It's all coinciding with what we're putting up as a 21-year anniversary, as in 21 seasons since we've become the Warwick Eagles, and it just happened to be that second year when we won that flag. So that'll be good. We've had a lot of response from a lot of people coming back for that weekend, and most of the 2002 boys will be returning for that. So that'll be a huge weekend, and it'll be, as we'll talk about it, but a standalone game against Dimboola that weekend. I think we're the only game in the district, like no Horsham district, other Wimmera games, and yeah, it'll be a huge weekend.
No, great stuff. Having a look at why it's going to be a big weekend, because the Warwick Eagles are still a real chance of top five, and don't write them off at any point, because the Southern Valley Giants are in a bit of a losing pattern. You've got a very important game this weekend against the Saints, but you beat Nil 16-12, 108 to 9-13, 67 at Anzac Park, and a very important win to keep you in touch with the top five.
Yeah, it was that win last weekend after a couple of poor losses in the 2 weeks prior to that. And yeah, just coming back, and all reports say I had a little bit of a look at the Dartfish video of the first quarter, because you look at the scoreline there, and it's 8-5 to 2-2, and yeah, they jumped out of the blocks. The Eagles had 2 goals in 2 minutes, and they just kept on going on from there in that first quarter. And as you see, the scores afterwards, 8 goals to 7 after quarter time. But yeah, a big opening to the game, and yeah, Coach Danny Bell swung some changes around, and everything he changed around. It clicked last weekend. They had a really potent forward line and a midfield that was on top and setting up those scoring chances. But yeah, it was a bit different for the Eagles. They've been a bit ordinary with their performance over the last couple. But yeah, that one last weekend, they really stepped it up, and Danny got the boys up and firing really well.
Ryan McKenzie and Carl Cheney booted 4 apiece. They were also best players. The coach, Bell, also amongst it. Matthew Yench, the former Adelaide Crow, into it. Matty Johns having a great season, and Lockie Stewart, your nephew, in good form. It was a very good win. Other matches in senior football: Dimboola 16-13, 109 to Horsham Saints 10-6, 66. And Demi Roos are now coming. They've got some premiership points in the positive.
Yeah, that's right. That's the key for them, isn't it? They've finally hit the black figures, so they certainly are making their move. And I made to work hard pretty much last weekend, after especially in the first half. There's only 3 points separating the teams, but 5 and then 6 goals in that last quarter. They stamped their dominance on the game, and yeah, they're going to sit out a bye this weekend, but they'll be keen to add to those points when they return on that long weekend. Yeah.
Billy Hayes, the boy that played over at Bordertown and also up at Nil for Dimboola, was their better player, and Jack Lant with 5, and Tom O'Dwyer with 5, leading the way up forward. A good potent forward forward line there. Ararat potent, 12-7. Minyat Matoa, 11-9. It was the match of the round, the top of the table. Who would be undefeated? It is the Rats in an absolute classic.
Yeah, must have been a great game, this one. Not much. I wouldn't say not much separate. I sort of think Ararat they had the lead for those first three quarters. A good start there, 4-0-0, and still up by a couple of goals at three-quarter time. But the Boroughs, they really showed why they're going to be another premiership threat this year. They come back hard in that last quarter and. Unfortunately, just fell short by the 4 points, but a pretty good prelude to the final series. You'd imagine that coming up later in the season. But the Rats, they just keep kicking along, don't they? They're 7 from 7, and the Boroughs just they suffered that first loss, but must have been a hell of a game.
Oh, it was an absolute beauty. And finally, the Southern Mallee Giants kicked 7-6 to be beaten by Stall, 9-22, and they dominated this game, Stall. But the factor I want to raise with you is that the Giants won their first two matches of the year, have now lost 4 in a row to the 4 sides above them.
Yeah, that's an interesting fact, especially for the Giants. They've never done that in their history in the Wimmera League, and 4 in a row now. We know they're going through some injury troubles at the moment. Still got a couple of key players out, but they're bringing there some other players back, so they're not at full strength, but. They're working on it at the moment, but I'm thinking, that's just a form slump, and that happens, doesn't it, when you lose a few of your key players and personnel's down a bit, and you get into a bit of a rut, and I'm thinking that the Giants are just in a bit of a rut at the moment, but they'll be keen to bounce back this weekend. I think I spoke about it last week with Stall. They were really good when I saw them against the Warwick Eagles, and it looks like they've done that again, hunting in packs, finishing with 9-22 at the end of the day. So they've had a fair bit of footy by looks.
They have, and you mentioned about the Southern Mallee Giants. They've got a must-win up at nil. Daisy Thomas comes to town, and he plays for nil. Probably a real chance to cause a big upset here and cause some more woe for the Giants. And if that were to happen, and the Eagles were to cause an upset perhaps, or maybe a form win over the Horsham Saints, then you could be in 5th place on the ladder.
Yeah, well, if the results fall that way, that's the way it will pan out with those two teams. But I'm sort of thinking that the Giants might bounce back in this one. I know it'll be a big day there at Davis Park with Daisy Thomas and the Carlton draft set up that they're going to have going this weekend. So that'll be a great day for the all supporters there at Neil. But yeah, I'm just thinking on the footy field there, I reckon if the Giants are ever going to get back on the winners list, well, this is going to be the one, and I think they'll do that this weekend.
Minyat Matoa come off of a loss at Matoa, take on Stall, who come off another win. Are the Warriors about to wear down the great Boroughs?
This will be the big test, won't it, for them? The 2 weeks ago when they played a pretty good game, and it was probably 3 weeks ago they did lose the game to Timbul. It was only by 3 points, so they've put up 3 pretty good performances over the last 3 weeks, and yeah, this is going to be a huge test for them, and we're going to all find out exactly how that top 5 is going to shape up when these two sides clash this weekend. That's a tough one to predict, actually. Being on their home ground, the Boroughs, that's certainly going to help them because the Store boys, they play that Central Park so well down there. But I think just, I don't know, the big forwards for Minyat Matoa might trouble the Warriors, but with the way they've been going with the Warriors and hunting in those packs, they'll keep the Boroughs on their toes. So the coaching staff there, they'll be looking to break even through the midfield and set up some chances going forward.
What about the Warwick Eagles? Your lads go to Coghlan Park. You beat the D's, and gee, if you beat the Saints and the D's in the same season, that could just give you a lot of confidence heading into the big anniversary weekend the following week. Definitely,
yeah, that would be a big one, wouldn't it? If you took a win into that big long weekend battle that's going to take place. It's interesting, this one here, because I remember with the Saints, they redeveloped their ground a couple 3 years ago now, and Warwick Eagles were set to play them in the opening round of 2020, but obviously that didn't take place with COVID, and then last year 2021 we were set down to play them, and again it went into a lockdown with COVID. So the Warwick Eagles players haven't seen the new redeveloped ground over there, so it'll be a good day. And the more reports, the ground is it's just come up a treat. So it'll be a huge battle, and I'm assuming, like, if the Eagles put up a start like they put up last weekend and get that ball forward there, where, like you said, with Kyle Cheney moving forward and Ryan McKenzie down there, who's just been in really good form for the Eagles this year, it'll be a good battle. But Saints obviously really competitive against Dimmy last weekend and took it right up to him. So it'll be a good battle, this one, and hopefully, I'm not sure weather-wise, I think it might be a little bit damp around here this weekend, but time will tell on that. But yeah, huge game for both clubs and huge game for the Eagles. Yeah,
very much so. Ararat, just a tip here against the D's. It is at Horsham City. Another one in Horsham. The two games, both Horsham clubs have got home games. Ararat just, I think, can beat Horsham D's.
Yeah, I think so. They should keep that winning streak going and finish the season 8-0. But that'll be interesting because Horsham, they're going to come off a bye and they'll be keen to put up a good showing on the City Oval. So it'll be a good test for Matty Wilder and his boys. But, on current form, you'd think that Ararat is going to keep their winning streak going.
They will. Let's look forward to the big long weekend when the Warwick Eagles welcome all their favourite sons home for the reunion match against up the roadside Dimboola for the standalone Saturday long weekend fixture. And Scotty, we'll talk to you more in the future about that and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, no worries. Good on you, Wayne.